So you're rudely disturbed by the ringing of the bell and the cries of the guardsmen. Right, we're going to rewind about 10 minutes. There's a couple of things happen before the cry. A runner comes up to one of you. So who is most likely to be out and about on a night?
Not me, unless it's in a pub.
Me, but he might have a problem finding me. I tend to skulk.
Probably me.
Yeah, so Gogotha, a runner, comes up to you and says, I've got a message for you. It's for the interested party, but I can't find any of them. I'd normally give it to Kalash, but nobody can find him.
What's the message?
He hands you a scroll. It's sealed with a wax.
Yeah, break the wax.
Thingy with 3 lightning bolts in it.
Yeah, break the wax.
Inside, sadly, I know you've never met him. It's a missive from Father Drugel. He says, hello there, interested party, who you're not sure if he's an enemy or a friend. Sometimes he's both. Hoping that this message doesn't find you, because if you're in the middle of that town, things are going to get bad. I just wanted to warn you. If you see Ebon Death, there are good dragons, there are bad dragons. Ebon Death's a psychopath. Please keep out of his way, because you've been a big help to me so far. So, see you on the flip side, Father Drugel.
Okay, I will make it to a pub with best possible speed.
Rick, you get this message from Gogoth, who's running around.
Oh, great. I never trusted that bastard. Right, let's go and bloody find the others. I tell them we're going to have to get ready.
Rab, you get this message.
Damn, okay. Let's get ready to rumble then.
Yeah, Erigal, how do you feel about this message that you've been given as Gogoth is apparently the unofficial runner for the interested party?
Can run.
You certainly can.
How fast does my horse go?
I think it's 40 feet around. I could be mistaken.
Sorry, just checking.
And Kalash, how do you feel about this message?
When I see him, I will chat to him personally. But he does think Ebon Death is still in the game. We should beware. I'll use my sending stone to mention the dragon and say we have very dubious intelligence that tells us that Ebon Death may still be in the game. Be wary.
Lamarus replies, is it a legend even among my people? I stand ready, however, it will take me about 3 hours to fly to you.
You should begin coming in our direction and find a base close to us. Also, if you have followers who believe in you as a god or believe in your beliefs, you may want to send them here. If the stone falls into the hands of evil, the world is at stake.
Doomed.
Very well, Kalash. Right, so you stand there as the bell begins to ring. Rick, the growler, walks up to you. She's got half of her face painted blue and half of her face painted red in her clan colours. She's wearing chainmail and she's got a notched axe. And she walks up to you and says, well, I guess this is it.
That is indeed.
Then she grabs you by the shoulder and places a peck on your cheek.
Hey!
Do not have sex with her. She'll try and take over the world. That is this happens to me all the time.
She looks at you and she says, shut your yap, will you? You'll catch flies. It's not like we're married or something. Just thought, if I don't get to do it now, I might never do it.
This is true. You should take 20 minutes and let him fill you up.
Well,
maybe put it in that oven.
I'll like readjust my jerkin and just say, oh, hey, very pleasant. Right, we better get on with the real business. Fighting these damn bastards.
She says, right, well, the town of Leilon lies mostly in your hands. Well, and the 600 troops that seem to be scattered about, only 400 of which of me, head of the council, seems to have track of. The rest of them are nowhere to be seen, but I assume that's something to do with you lot. Good luck to you all. I've been to the tower, and the ghosts stand ready to defend the stone.
I'll turn around and say, seriously, you have time. You should.
No. Let's get on with this.
Right, the night is dark and torrential rain beats down on the rooftops. An hour before dawn, the bell on the newly erected south gate begins to toll urgently. A cry goes up from the wall as troops dash to man their positions. The dead are coming!
Yes. Boys, look out for anything that's not a skeleton or zombie and take it out first.
Right, so it's apparently at the south gate. What do you do? Are you all running to the south gate?
Ordering the archers to the south walls.
I'm at the tower. and tell the two gnomes, only shoot at the dragon I tell you to shoot at.
You sesh.
And I'll start blacking up and, camouflaging. And start casting light cantrips on my arrowheads.
Right, you do that. You all begin to rush.
Yeah, we're all heading towards the south, aren't we? At this point.
Etrigal, I think we need to motivate the troops. Get the bagpipes out.
Good plan. Good plan.
Right,
Yes.
as you run as quickly as you possibly can to the south gate. I love this map, but there's going to be so much crap on it. This may take 2 or 3 sessions. Not sure. You run to the south gate. Andy, what are you doing with the bomb?
I'll take it with us.
Right, so this clucking, squeaking, ticking box on a cart comes rumbling up behind you. I think I've got everybody now.
With me standing on the cart just in front of the bomb, playing the bagpipes.
What'd go wrong? Maybe the bomb will commit suicide.
Right, you approach the south gate. The din of battle echoes from the palisade as you approach. Through the rain, you see allied troops using spears and bows to fend off a horde of ghouls swarming around in the darkness. Behind them, further down the road, you see a shambling bunch of undead.
Help kill the ghouls. They're dangerous. The undead, not so much.
The ghouls begin to spread out, and as you look horrifically, they begin to crawl animal-like up the walls, and the torches begin to go out along the walls. So let me have the guardsmen. I've got so many things on the combat tracker. Right, so for the initial engagement, the levies get over their horrified status as the undead begin to swarm. As you watch one by one, the pools of light extinguish along the walls. The gates begin to beat. Yes, Dave.
Are they within 600 feet of me?
The skill should be there, yeah.
Well, what's the scale like? Well, I'll fire one of my arrows with the light cantrip on it so it lands in front of the gate.
Right.
See if that goes out.
So through the near darkness, there's a noise as you see an arrow fly overhead and land next to the undead. Leilon besieged. We're at part 1. Right, some of the ghouls begin to clamber up the walls, but the levies are shooting at them as fast as they can. Unfortunately, due to their undead nature, they don't seem to be inflicting a lot of damage. And several ghasts scramble over the walls towards Etrigal. You realise that it's going to take around 5 rounds for the guardsmen to getting their equipment together and to come and reinforce you to push the gate. So if you can just hold for 5 rounds.
Okay.
Right, I shall scream this to the rest of the chaps.
That one crawls up the wall and stands atop the wall. Rad McTavish, you're up first. The walls on this side have got defences built up the side, so you can stand on them and look over the walls. Otherwise, there wouldn't be much defensive position. You just see a ghast crawling to the top of the wall.
Right. Are they trying to actually break down the main gate?
Some of them seem to be break down the main gate. Some of them seem to be swarming over the top. My God, you want to say my combat tracker?
Right. Is there a small gap where I can see between the gate?
The gates were built by dwarves, if you recall, so they're rather well built.
As they should be.
So no, if a stupid human had built them, maybe, but not good dwarvish craftsmanship. You can run up on the side and peer over, or you can shoot at the one that's coming. But the levies have passed their morale check, so they will stand. Although they do.
Will they do any damage to them, do we know?
They'll do a little bit, yes. So they will help. But they're spread out all along around the walls, around the whole town.
I'm going to cast Entangle.
Okay.
In the front of the gate.
Right, so there's your 20-foot entangle.
Yep.
So most of them didn't save, one did.
Okay, as long as it slows them down. And that will do for my turn, because I've got a whole concentration.
They're all restrained to green one didn't. So they'll try and pull themselves free. Goth, it's your turn. So there's a sloping earthen rampart on the inside, so it's not going to count as extra terrain for you to move this side. So it's just a case of moving. You see one of these ghasts coming over the top of the wall already. Are you moving adjacent to it? You are. Right, as you move adjacent to it, you notice a horrible stench. You succeed, and you're immune to the gas stench for 24 hours. So, excellent. So, stealing yourself, you plunge into this cloud of stink. And then it's your turn. Michael, are you there?
And I just put it on mute to cough.
All right. The cough mute button, yes.
Yeah. And I will attack it.
The very stunted ghast, yes. Hits.
We're back in 2 seconds.
Moderately wounded. Hits again with a 4. That's ridiculous, that. Yeah.
This is going to be a cross between like 13th Warrior and Manus Tirith.
Yes, it is. Right, yeah. So you hit twice. It's heavily injured.
That's me done.
Actually done? Yeah. Right. Breaking the earth, not doing anything.
Back. Oh no. Hello?
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 Are you there? You are there. Right, breaking the earth.
I am, yeah.
Can add them to that as I'm going. Right. Goth's gone. Rick?
Right.
Yeah, it will take me a little while as I'm sorting the combat trackers, and as you can see, it's a bit on the naughty side. Rick, it's your turn. You see that gas crawling over the top of the wall is heavily injured.
Yeah. I think it's worth taking them out when we can see them, and I'm not going to use fancy spells when I don't have to, because I don't have that many anyway, not slots. So I am just Eldritch Blasting. Hopefully won't be rolling any ones, because that's more likely to hit somebody else.
Yeah, that hits.
That was bloody
for
awful.
1 damage. You do get a shit again and missed. Do you wish to move anywhere?
Can I move up so that I've got more of an advantage for any more of them coming over?
Yeah, you can move adjacent to the wall either side and look over the top. The earthworks are there ready.
Yep, that's 25.
So now you can shoot down at them over the top.
There we go.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
A spare ghast, like a spare ghast at a wedding, allegedly. I'm trying to find a quick way to click on it. I thought you just double clicked it to quickly go to that one. Maybe spare ghast isn't even on the combat tracker. That would explain why. Yeah. So he moves up, runs up to the base of the wall. Ethical.
Right. Hang on. Here we go. I'm going to move, and then I need to try and cast something. I'm going to run up so that I'm up on the wall. Right. If you forgive me a moment, I am going to need to draw something first of all. Wall of air.
So you've blown a whole load of ghasts.
Yep.
Yeah, as you're up on the top of the wall now, you see each one of those large units represents about 100 figures. The smaller one represents between 50 and 80. So there's just a sea of undead. You have some saves and some fails. Roll the damage, several of which seem moderately injured. Is that your turn?
Yes, that will be my turn.
Okay. Kalash.
I shall just see if I can rub this out. Oh, I can.
The one at the top of the wall, I will run up and stab it in the face.
Very good. Okay, you run up to it. As you approach it, however, you get hit by that same ghastly smell. Chuckle. Bit of a DM joke there for you.
It's all right. I'll live with it. It's worse than that.
Oh, you feel. So you have the poisoned condition.
Can I stab it in the face?
You can stab it in the face.
Blanked?
As you almost bring your breakfast burrito up.
He should be able to roll with advantage for that because we've smelt his farts.
Is there anyone else in combat with it?
Yeah, Goth is in combat with it. Like I said, the scale is approximate, so you should be able to use your sneak attack and go mad stabbies. Yeah, that's a big hit. Pow, baby! Right, its lifeless corpse falls off the top, backwards, lands at the bottom of the wall, dead. Is that
right? I'll the shadows and wait.
Okay, so you hit hide.
I find it.
Gassed. Immortal stride. Immoral stride.
Immoral
Ooh,
stride.
even
Kind of
worse.
wondering what an immoral stride looks like.
I don't know. It sounds awful, doesn't it?
Is that like sort of thrusting your groin out with each step?
Yeah, that one is climbing up the walls. They're climbing up the walls not like a spider, but they're digging their sharp claws in and scurrying horrifically up the walls. Shockingly burly. Okay, shockingly burly. You are not unusually baggy figure. Ooh. Right, he has reached the top of the wall and scampered over the top of the palisade. Shush, Leilon, you can see that one on top of the palisade. You can see that one. I've targeted for you because the distance is quite enormous. Wow, this map's awesome. The fact that you can shoot from there because you've got marksman. You there, Shash?
Yeah, which one am I aiming at? I can't see him.
Yeah, because it's right on the edge of the wall. I've targeted him for you. He's the one that's on top of the fence. The others are on the other side of the fence, so you can't target them yet. But there's one scurried over the fence.
I'll try and aim marksman first.
Okay. I'm wondering if we can actually run Shash out of arrows in this fight, because this is only part one.
Actually, I'll try a normal first.
Okay. You miss, dodges out of the way as the arrow thuds into the wood.
I try an aim shot at him then.
Yeah, that's a hit. Boom. Sheesh, 18 damage, yeah. Heavy damage, but still standing. Right, we've got Bulbous Gast. Ew. He scurries up the wall. Right, Goth's misses.
Yeah.
Long Shanked is free. He tries to climb up the gate, can't, so he starts to move to the side. Disappointing joint. Right, crawls up Goth, attacks you. He's sort of hanging on the wall with one claw and attacking you with the other, so he can't attack twice or anything. Bounces, no problem, off your armor. Ill-tempered grin. DC, is it a strength check or a saving throw? Check. Yeah.
Check.
Right.
That succeeded.
Yeah. He succeeded, so he can move. He spreads out to this side. They can't get up the wall. To there, runs across. Necklace. Ooh.
That's got no neck.
Right, Andy, it crawls up the wall right next to you, and between you and Rick. So on a 1 to 3, it's Andy. On a 4 to 6, it's Rick. Oh, Andy for once. Right, the Gast crawls up. Unfortunately, you both have to make a stench saving throw.
Wait a minute.
You succeed. So you're resistant to gas stench. It's like the worst fart you've ever seen. But he does claw at you, Andy.
Right.
And he grits. The claws slash into you. So you take light damage, but the problem is, like its girl cousin, you succeed as you feel that paralysing venom flow all through you. Pleasantly ramshackle, girl.
So, have I made me save?
You've made your save, yeah.
Oh, champion. Right, I shall gut the little bastard.
Is restrained. He succeeds, yes, and he spreads out to the right and starts to climb the wall. Right. Right, next we have Thick Guffaw Gast, who is restrained. And is not restrained. And that was the Gasts are doing well this turn. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's quite a throng of them at the base now. They're climbing up the wall on the other side. So that is the end of the first round. Round 2, we Rab McTavish. All of the girls bar one seem to have broken free of the entangle, so...
Right. Okay then. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ghouls climbing up the wall on the northeast bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Once they get over that wall, the half a dozen Leilon defenders, they'll blow through them in one round,
Right.
and then they'll move on.
How high is the palisade walls?
17 to 20 feet.
Right. Okay. What I'm going to do is, if you just hang on while I read something.
Oh, this is going to be bad. I am going to need a drink. You're setting fire to the wall, aren't you?
Nope. Won't make no good difference. It's raining.
Magical
I am
fire.
going to cast Tidal Wave straight down on the right-hand side of the wall. 30 foot long and 10 foot wide. Each creature in the area must make a dex saving throw. On a fail save, the creature takes 48 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. So hopefully we'll knock them all off the wall.
And the defenders, indeed.
No. I said I was casting it on the right-hand side of the wall.
Oh, right. Okay, I've got you.
So it's going to literally hit the front of the wall and go straight down, but not on the left-hand side.
And you don't need to actually have it in a lake for that, do you? It just...
No, it just...
No, you conjure the water, so you... I would say you basically draw all the water from the rain around you, which sucks up, and you stand in a little dry patch, and then... 30 feet, you say?
Yep, 30 foot long and up to 10 feet wide. And 10 feet tall.
Okay, so that... You're basically going to hit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those.
Yep.
So hold down control and start clicking, my son. And just hit that cast
Will I get
star.
them two at the very bottom or not?
No, if it's 10 feet. If you wanted to hit more, you'll hit most of them that way. If you want to get the two at the bottom, you'll still miss the 3 at the top. So, right. You draw moisture from the air, a massive wave appears. And roll that damage as water smashes the undead against the wall. Nice. Yeah, it doesn't kill them, any of them, but it seriously hurt a lot of them. And they fall off the wall and land back at the base again, thus having to start their movement over. That was an excellent shot, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Is that your turn?
Yes, I believe it is. I've lost concentration as well, so that the
entangle's gone.
The entangle's gone.
Okay. This we can do. Gone. Boom. Just like that.
Ew. Unless I can't. Oh, I won't be able to cast Shillelagh, will I? Shillelagh.
No, I believe it's an action. Right.
Okay. No.
Gast. Magnificent, powerful smile. He's attempting to climb up the gate. I'm going to give him a dexterity check. He gets a 16, which is a yes, but. So he manages to crawl over the wall, but gets a stab from a spear, takes a d6 plus 1 damage. Oh, he takes maximum damage. So he gets to the top, but takes 7 damage doing it from a spear. And thus is my quick resolution rules. Goth.
Okay. Go into rage.
I would like to rage.
Attack this one.
Dodges. You'd also shove them off the walls with your shove attacks, you know. Which would be quite funny.
Will they get fallen damage as well?
Yeah, it's like 2d6.
That's why I asked how high the palisade walls were. Oh, I should have said that, shouldn't I, for falling damage?
Yeah.
Sorry, just reading that bit.
It's a d6 per 10 feet.
Although ones he's knocked off the wall will take an extra d6 then.
Mm-hmm. Roll is it just 1d6 per AC? And of course he has to roll a 6. Right, I'll add the damage to them as we get them in the combat tracker. It's far too many to scroll backwards and forwards. Are you doing anything else, Goth? Are you swinging?
Yeah.
Second attack? Yeah, that's a hit. Right. Bulbous Gast takes 13 damage. Ow! Heavily injured. Your turn because you raged, yeah?
Yeah.
Gast Spare comes over the top and actually jumps down on the palisade. The first one on that side. Ethical. Oh, Andy.
Okay.
Bugger, he says.
Right, well, I shall offhand it with my other sword.
Yeah, you can do that, and it still your sneak attack works with an offhand sword. That's better. Oosh. Bang. Oh, heavily injured, not dead. Right, Rick, we're going to jump back to you.
Hello, sorry. Yeah.
Go.
Is that your turn, Andy?
Yes, sorry. Yes, it is.
No, it's my fault. It's because I'm jumping backwards and forwards.
No, yeah.
Right, Rick,
right, okay.
if you Eldritch Blast, you'll be in melee range with that one, so you'll be at disadvantage.
Yeah, very stunted is still the one I've got targeted, which is the one in front of me, isn't it? The way I can see. Oh, I can
no, it's you can just retarget it.
Yeah, It's gas necklace.
It's necklace. Yeah, it's necklace because Andy's just cut most of its neck away with his short swords.
Okay, right. Well,
he stands there twirling them about in his hands.
It then. Battle axe.
That gust has no neck.
All right.
It's a hit.
Decent bit of damage, and of course I get a second swing because of Eldritch Doodahs is what they're officially called.
Yeah, you cut it down. Between the two of you, you cut it down, and it falls dead to the floor at the bottom of the wall.
Done, son.
And then Kalash.
I got that one on as targeted because I did try.
You've got very stunted targeted, so I think so. Yes.
I will stab it in the face, and since it is flanked, I will get sneak attack.
Oh, wait a sec. I was trying to click on it.
Stunted is dead already.
Bulbous. I changed the target because I accidentally knocked it.
Thank you, George. You're a gentleman.
Right.
I will stab it.
You stab Mr. Bulbous. It's a hit. Have you put your sneak attack on already? Because you're like, yeah.
You want to hit it again?
No. It'll do it twice. Go on. 2 damage. Boom, baby.
It's still alive.
No.
Okay. I'll hide.
It falls dead to the floor. There is a ghast right next to you, though.
I'll hit it in the face with my mace.
Okay. Which is this something.
Wait,
there you go. So close to being a 20. Right, you bash it in the face with your mace for 3 damage.
Damage is damage.
Damage is damage. Right. A moral stride has taken an extra 6 points of damage. So he's on 16. And he begins to climb the wall once more. And he's into Leilon. Oh, I somehow missed shockingly Burley. Has also taken an extra 6 damage.
Tell me you choose these names.
No, it doesn't. I've got a random one that randomizes like thingies. An unusually baggy figured. All right, he's over the wall and starts bounding into the town towards you. 6. Shashalin. You can see the first one has actually broken over the wall and is bounding into the town towards all of the civilians.
Can I target him?
Mm-hmm.
Can you target him for us? I'm quite far away from him.
You can zoom out, you know. Right, you have him targeted. You see him running across. There's just this sniper shot. Goes up, you know, the arc of the arrow as it just sails through the air and lands at its feet. Shashman, what you doing? Why are you only on +3s? Are you trying to do aim shots again?
Yeah, I know, silly.
Very.
Yeah, so the first one lands at his feet doing no damage. The second one kills it, the arrow, burying it deep in its undead skull. And it falls to dead to the ground with a loud cough. Is that your turn, sir?
Yes.
Right, long-shanked Goth. He climbs up the wall, spider-like, and adjacent to you, and slashes at you with his claws. Almost hitting, but then missing. A fourth right stride is going to attempt to climb the gate. He got a 13, so it's partial success, so he moves halfway, so he gets halfway up the gate. Ill-tempered crawls across to you, Rick.
Yep. I got my mute.
Have you had a ghast save yet?
I did. I passed one earlier.
Yes, so you're immune to the smell.
An etrigal.
It smells bad, but etrigal's fart smells worse. So right, again, claws at you. Hits. Wow, even with a disadvantage. So it does damage. And the problem is
that was 23 damage.
You pass your save against the poison. Ghast pleasantly ramshackle takes 6 more damage. He died actually in the fall. He fell on his head and got squashed. Nice to know. Thick Gaffer took 6 and crawling over the bodies of his fallen comrade. 3, 4, 5, 6 comes up the wall. Noticeably stunning. Look at that Ghast. He's a sexy Ghast. That is round 3.
Sorry, lads. I'll take the north wall.
Okay, you run up towards your whole horde of ghasts by yourself. Are you doing anything?
I thought those guys on the wall.
Yeah, the ghasts are killing them. They'll kill them in one round. They're just normal levies. They're like shopkeepers with pitchforks and maybe a helmet or a leather jerkin against 4th level undead. A lot of 4th level undead. The screams of the dying echo in your ears. You've got a round.
Where's these bloody priests on the temples?
The priests are there doing the healing and things.
They'll be doing a fucking turning.
Right. What are you doing now,
I'm
Weerab?
just trying to find a spell that's got range.
Right.
Sash, did you just say they could do with a fucking turnip?
I target that one, and I cast Cantrip of Frostbite. And at level 11, it's 3d6.
Right, well, don't roll it yet then, because I've never heard of frostbite.
Xanathars, I think.
Target makes a Constitution saving throw on a field save. 60-foot range. Oh, yeah, got you. Right, so yeah, you presumably you don't know how to change the damage, do you? I'll do it. It's quicker. There you go. Now it does 3d6 damage. Now you can cast it. It saves. Okay. Does that mean it takes no damage or half
On
damage?
On a failed save, the target... Oh, sorry. It doesn't actually say. I guess it takes no damage. Okay.
Yeah. On a failed save, it takes no damage. So on a failed save, it takes damage, so it doesn't. Right. So that is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The ghast with the magnificent, powerful smile jumps off the gate, landing on the floor, taking 2d6 fallen damage. Because, you know, undead. They're bright like that. Takes 5 fallen damage. And doesn't move for a turn because he's like face planted on the floor. Goth.
Yeah.
He's landed right next to you, Weerab.
No worries.
Got my target.
Oh, you'll see the units I've put brackets U, like on the end, so you know that that's a unit. That's not a giant ghoul coming to get you, although a giant ghoul was great. Right, you hit. Bam, big hit. Another hit. So much hitting. Critically injured.
And I'll shout it to Kalesh to reinforce Weerab.
Is that 3 attacks? Because you're raging now, aren't you?
It's only if I frenzy.
All right, okay.
The problem with that is I would rack up exhaustion levels really, really quickly.
That is true.
Without the aid of getting rid of them, so
is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Rick, back to you, begin.
Okay, necklace is dead, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. How do I untarget something that's dead?
I'll untarget it. There you go.
Thank you very much. Right, okay. Battle axe on the one that's just in front of me. I don't know why it rolled 2. I hadn't clicked advantage. No,
are you poisoned by any chance? You're not?
No.
You do hit, though.
Yeah. 11 damage.
Oh, because I haven't removed his restraint. That's why.
All right. Do you want me to do it again?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Have you removed it now?
I'm going to remove it any second when I find him. Oh, Christ. Like I said, there's no quick way to go through them. Yeah, got him. There you are, you little bastard. He is unrestrained.
Hit him again. And
another big hit. Yeah.
Right, not dead.
Not dead. Heavily damaged, though. They seem to be quite resilient, these, for undead fellas. Is that your turn, or are you just holding position?
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Ghast Spare. Right. He is spending a turn eating the men on the north side of the wall. So, Ethical.
Right. Let's finish this little fucker off.
Yeah, he's 10 feet away from you, so you're just out of melee range. Unless you move through Rick and stand next to him on the other side.
Right. There we are.
On your left, Rick.
On your left, son. Right. We'll do that, and then we'll try this.
Yeah, it's a big hit. Oh, I suspect he's going to go down and go down hard.
Ooh.
Boom, baby. Yeah. Splat. Wee. Falls dead. Splatter on the floor.
What's the movement of a Ghoulrich?
I'm not telling you.
Right. And
what we're saying, what can we guesstimate?
Ugh. What do you mean?
And for my bonus action, we'll do a little bit of hiding.
So you basically duck down below the level of the palisade?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kalash.
I will go and reinforce as ordered. It provokes an attack of opportunity. At which point
it does. You can use your bonus action to disengage because you're a rogue.
My bonus action to disengage, and I will cover Wee Man.
Right, so you run down the palisade and run towards Rewab.
Can I get to that or not?
45 feet, that is. Maybe a little ambitious.
That one's dead anyway.
I'll pull up next to him.
Yeah, Shash shot that one in the head. In the back of the head, no less.
You could probably get round the corner and get that.
What's your movement rate? Your movement rate is...
I'm going to roll over him.
30 feet. Yeah. So you can move... That'd be dashing. Or do you want to...
Then hold somewhere.
There's one,
There's one on the other side of the gate who's just jumped over the gate.
and is quite injured.
And he's quite injured.
I'm going to hold, and if anything comes near him, I'm killing it.
Yeah, so where are you moving to? Because you need to do your move. Because
Right.
you keep moving more than your movement rate. There's literally one on the floor next to you. Yeah, so you move to there. You see the ghast on the floor in front of you, and you're holding an attack action.
Yep, I'm going to go, your mother is a bad one.
Right, a moral stride is eating people
Smells of elderberries.
this turn, so I'm just going to skip those. You've got one turn while they eat the civilians. Look at you guys. Right, Shash? Do you want to target a particular mob, or are you just going to cut loose at the nearest ghoul? There's one that's heavily injured, and the rest are moderate.
I'll go for the one who's heavily injured.
He's on the top of the wall, yeah?
Reinforce.
I've targeted him. Right, so literally I can just imagine Shash going... There's just like a slight curve as he watches the arrow sail through the air. And then he hits. Hurrah! He stopped doing aim shots. Yeah, that one falls dead with an arrow in its eye socket, falls off and lands at the bottom of the wall.
You target the nearest one to me.
Okay. Yeah, you've targeted the closest. You miss. The arrow thunking into the ground. Bulbous. Sorry, Longshanked. Longshanked is engaged with you, Goth.
Yeah.
Blocked by armor. Can't really do anything. Forthright Stride, however, is trying to climb up the wall. He fails, so he doesn't get any further up the wall. Ghast Disappointing Thingy is dead. No, he's not dead. Oh, he's fighting Goth still. Hanging on there. Claws at you. That's a hit. Light damage. You succeed on saving against the paralysing poison. Ooh, the Ghast Thick Guffaw comes to the top and then starts eating civilians. Gets to the top, eating civilians. And then we Rab.
Right. I am going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. There.
25 feet towards him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then I'm going to cast Thunderclap.
Okay. Is that a cantrip?
Yep.
Okay, target that bad boy and thunderclap the crap out of him. He's lying on the floor, so he fails his save. 3d6
damage.
Hit that damage button, boy.
Oh, yeah. Can
Boom,
you all
baby.
the damage, please?
Hey?
Can you all of the damage because it's still on 1d6?
Yeah, like, literally just drag 2d6 on top of the damage thing. There you go. Boom, baby. And then he's knocked back 10 feet, isn't he? Or is that...
That's the other one. That's just a damage one.
Right, okay. He's heavily damaged.
Yeah, like.
And it's his go next. He stands up.
No, I can't cast and do a melee attack, can I?
You can if it's a casting time of a bonus action.
Yeah.
It is not.
Right, so he uses half his move to stand it up, looks at you, grins, an evil grin, claws at you. He hits, slashing, doing a little bit of damage. You keep your concentration. I don't know what you're concentrating on now. Constitution save. This is the bit I like. Boom, baby. He fails. Guess what? We Rab. You are paralysed. Oh, right in front of a bunch of ghasts. That is not good at all. Buggery. Right. He begins to feast upon you, Goth.
Just check in, hit that one.
You just got to survive one more round and then the guards will have come up and reinforced the barricades behind you. Right, smashing it. It collapses to the ground. Yeah, Goth's a bit of a badass. Right, yeah, there you go. Smashing it. Which one you targeting?
Oh.
Because you'd killed that one.
It was that one.
Yeah, so... Right, roll your damage again, because if you haven't got them targeted, it doesn't roll the critical damage, you see.
Okay.
Just take your battle axe damage. There you go. Say it's done the crit damage. Right, that one is thoroughly fucked up. Yeah, from 0 to hero.
And shout to Rick and Etigal, take the other wall.
What, move over to the other wall? Yeah.
I'll hold here.
Yeah. Okay.
Once you've cleared that one, you've cleared all of them on that side. Ow! Right, Rick.
Can you clear off the one that's dead?
I can. There you go.
Right, okay. I will move my 25 square.
You waddle across the battlefield.
How dare you? That's not 25. That should be 25, which is my maximum movement. Then I will target him. Unusually baggy. Right, I read that as something else. And then Eldritch him.
You Eldritch him in the face.
Take a blast. And
nice.
Oh, nice.
Right, so it should just double itself.
Do you know what caused that? That's that kiss. That's what that did.
I'm presuming I can target through these because they're not effectively there.
Yeah, that's just a representation to say they're on the walls.
Fine, then.
I can move them back a bit, actually, because we know that they're busy being eaten on the walls.
Come on, Nat 20. Oh, that was much worse.
No.
I took one out in one hit, so that one's not allowed. So it's this one up here that's dead, isn't it?
Yes. Unusually baggy figured one, yes. Is dead, twice dead. Is that your turn, sir?
Wasn't he already dead?
Unusually baggy figured.
The one that's basically 7 squares north of me.
Oh, yeah, he was already dead.
He was already dead.
He's got a big skull, Rick. So which other one did you want to shoot at?
Oh, right.
Right on the other side, mate.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so you hit, so I'll just apply. I'll assume you shot that one instead.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't realise that's what that was.
The magnificent, powerful smile, as he's about to feast upon a wee rab, he pulls out a salt shaker from his loincloth and taps it gently over wee rab's head. Salt rains down. Right, okay.
Gets out some basting juices.
Right, the ghasts start to move now as they have finished eating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Edigal.
Right. Hang on. I'll do a bit of movement first, I think, as I dash across.
This is like Dave's wet dream. It's like I'm literally as far away as I can be and still shoot things from a mile away. It's like, Dave's like, there's a mic drop. I quit role playing. It's never going to get any better than this. You don't get the sneak attack bonus because Brace is paralysed and therefore doesn't count as being engaged. You just get a normal attack.
Yeah, I'm not engaged. I'm already married.
You hit. You give him more smiles.
I shall offhand him.
Nice, yeah. 2 short swords again. Bang, bang. Yeah, he goes down. He's dead.
Pick the bones out of that.
I'm just going to move him out of the way a little bit because he'll affect people as if he was alive for some reason. Right, so you stab him and he falls dead. Unfortunately, because it's poison, Briss, he's still paralysed. Kalash, you see now that the ghasts have broken.
Next to it, I'm trying to target it. It's not happening.
You're trying to target who?
The northeast.
Right, because you've got a bunch targeted already. They are. You have targeted him.
Why won't it target?
No, you've untargeted him.
It's alt right left click, innit?
It's control left click. You said this last week. Yeah, just once you targeting and untargeting. Right, so you've run up to him.
Use my study ability to stab him in the face.
Okay.
But I'm going to quickly roll it because if I don't make the roll, I don't get it.
So Rick, your roll? Is that your? I want to get.
For fighting, I'll make a wisdom insight check. Opposed by a charisma deception.
Well, he's got charisma, so is that a charisma check? Yeah. So he gets an 11, so you've got beaten 11.
Oh man!
The girl's like, no, I saw you fainting to the left and moves out the way, like Neo.
But I backstab, but I can't stab him and hit him in the head.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and you've only lost half a dozen civilians. It's fine. There's plenty more to go, I guess. Right, it's just normal attacks. Normal attacks.
That roll, because it rolled across the thing.
It didn't roll. That's a hit. You feel just a little sad as you don't do your enormous stabby bonus. You bash him with a mace, presumably. Yeah, thought so. Stunning round of damage from Kalash there. Even the ghast looks a little confused.
I'm very sorry.
Please try better.
I'm so sorry I did not murder you to death. It is my intense intention that you die again, very subtly. I am very, very sorry. I have failed you. You may blame me later, and I will not be upset. And then I'll turn around and grin at him with my 2 feet orc grin.
Right, they come bounding off the wall now that they've finished eating the civilians. One gets in range and claws at you. Why do these not have multi-attack? Crits.
I dodge him.
You will use your uncanny dodge. Pop it on. Tell us when it's on. There you go. Okay.
I would. I've pressed it.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah.
Right. I will uncannily dodge.
You uncannily dodge. You take a little bit of damage. You save versus poison. Shashelian.
Right.
You see
I made look
Earl
for a
beset by ghouls. Brissy stands there like a statue. Etigal next to him. Etigal to do anything to him. He could draw a dick on his forehead and there's nothing he could do about it. In fact, Etigal, I'll let that be a free action if you want to pull out a quill pen and draw a dick on his forehead.
Yeah, but
Boom.
what I'm gonna do is I shall pull out me quill and me pen, and I shall pull open the front of me trousers, look down, stick me tongue at the corner of my mouth, and then draw an accurate dick on his forehead. How many
There
things
you go.
do the
Andy,
job properly?
pen eat me on my forehead. I'll be standing there for the whole battle going, why is everything attacking me and trying to eat us? What the fuck?
Right, Shash, that was one shot, one kill. Sniper Shash, yeah. Next,
The dark one next to Kalash.
the one next to Kalash now.
It's sure something.
All right, okay, 1 sec. There you go, the injured one. Kalash is like, I'll help you, Brissy. Then Brissy runs off and Kalash is just faced by a wall of ghasts. Right, it's a hit. Boom, baby. 12 damage. Doesn't kill it, though. Undead, tough to kill. Is that your turn? Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, we have lots of ghasts and things. Longshanked fighting with Goth.
Yeah.
Or at least trying to, with his stupid armor class. He misses. So, don't know why.
You get a saving throw to come out of the polar sword.
Yeah, at the end of his next turn.
He missed anyway.
He missed anyway, so yeah.
It's because he's got restrained effect, does it? No, that's the other one. It's Bright Stride, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, it's this one. Forthright Stride has still got restrained on that I forgot to remove. He will attempt to climb over the gate because he's not climbing up the wall, which is easier. Crit succeeds, so he runs over the top to and drops to the floor and sees a nice paralysed wee rab and runs over to him, Andy, and just goes for a bite attack because now he's going to try and eat him. Yeah, that's a hit. Nom nom nom. Brissy sinks his teeth into you. Nom 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 nom. And that is his turn. Thick Gaffer, yeah, runs across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, you can reach Earl there. Close at you, Earl. You've already used your reaction this turn, haven't you?
Aha, can I bite his nose?
He misses you though, luckily. Stunning, Gast, noticeably stunning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Right, luckily that one can't get to you, so... Right, it's round 5. The guardsmen are starting to arrive. At the end of the round, they'll have ran up and dispatched the horrible ghouls. We rab who are paralysed. You are no longer paralysed, however, it's too late because it was already your turn. Goth, you have a ghoul noshing on your shoulder, Weerab.
Okay, you're no freeze there. What was that?
You have a ghoul noshing on your shoulder. Yeah, Goth hacks down that creature, leaving a big pile of dead ghasts at the bottom of the wall. And then do you wish to move, sir?
I do.
You come charging across. It's another big hit. 16 big hits. And is that your turn?
I will roar as well. Really, really loudly.
Like that.
No. Far more aggressive than that. I look at me, pay attention to me.
Like a cat.
Yeah.
I am scary. Rah.
Rick.
Yep. I am currently not actually targeting one for once.
Hurrah! There's a bunch of them running across, but running up behind you is the Leilon guardsman who will arrive at the end of the round.
So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will actually pay attention to these ones that actually have some, skulls on. And I will target this one. And I will Eldritch blast him, for versatility and all that. I will miss. So I will attempt it with my second blast. And I will not miss.
Boom! Big old hits there from Eldritch Blast. And is that your turn, sir?
It is. Straightforward.
Ghast Spare is still going, and he claws at... actually, go on, make an Intimidate roll, Goth, and I will...
Okay.
As you're trying to attract his attention...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he goes for you instead. And he hits.
Cool.
You take tiny amounts of damage. This is where you fail your save, and it's Oh, so close. Right, so you have successfully aggroed him to the point where he wants to nat you instead.
What's the point?
Ethical.
Right. Now, Wayrab's back to normal now, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Jolly.
Well, except for the penis on his head.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't really see that.
Right. Well, I believe I have one targeted, so let's see if this does anything.
It's a hit. Bam.
Oh.
Nice.
And we might as well offhand it.
Another hit. 3 damage. Heavily damage, almost killing it. Clash.
I am now flanked, am I not?
You are now flanked.
Yes.
Yeah, Goths with you. You get a sneak attack now. You have 3 of them on you.
Oh, this is not good.
No, that was a bad time to get a 1.
I'll be there in a minute.
And pray.
We're coming.
Oh, not bombs. Hang on.
Don't you have a second attack?
An offhand with a mace, but you can't sneak attack with a mace.
Oh,
You can't sneak attack with a mace.
no,
This is why you should be using daggers and swords offhand. So I will I'll negate that damage, then it'll drag it onto him, and it brings him back alive. Right, so roll your normal damage.
It was, wasn't it?
No, he sneak attacked. You can't sneak attack with a mace.
No, but he did do the critical hit. He's got a
11
damage.
Yeah, so I'll reapply the 11 damage. There you go. This is why you offhand daggers in case you miss with your main hand.
I have a mythical dagger, old man. And I can only sneak attack once around.
Yeah, but if you miss with your main hand like you did, you can do a sneak attack with an offhand weapon.
Good point. Someone gives me a magical dagger.
Don't you have a spare dagger or a short sword or something?
A magical one, and I try to keep a magic for the bad things.
Dagger Venom is magical.
Right, shockingly burly is targeting Earl. Claw. Hits. Do you wish to use your twofer?
You can easily dodge.
Wow. Big
draw.
hit there. Yeah, that's an easy save. You make it. Right. Shash. Sniper.
Says old man.
Which one are you aiming at? Well, you missed anyway. You didn't have one targeted, did you? Or have you got shockingly burly? Oh, no, you have. Right, you missed with the first one. Hit with the second. Boom. Down he goes. Is that your turn? Are you doing anything with your bonus action?
That's my turn.
Okay. Gast Bulbous. He is fighting Etical and Wayrab. And he's just... And Etical's just stabbed him, so he's going to claw at Etical. He hits. Do you wish to use your uncanny doofer?
I will do so. There we go.
That's the official DM term for it.
The uncanny doofer.
Uncanny doofer, yeah. A small amount of damage. Feels he's paralyzed. Boom, baby.
Oh, shit.
Right, Wayrab. There was some talk of dicks being drawn on faces. And Andy is... I think it's payback time now. Fighting against Earl. You've already used your uncanny, but he misses, so that's fine. Noticeably stunning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you go to Rick because
He likes attacking him.
7 damage.
Could be worse.
It is worse. You're paralysed.
Oh.
Right, prejudicial stroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to move to there to attack Rick, who is paralysed, and he will bite because nom nom nom. He's paralysed. He begins to feast Rick. And a territorial howl. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that gets into Earl's AOA, so he claws at you, Earl. He misses. Right, end of round. Just as several people are paralysed and Wayrab seems to be pulling out a quill, and he's looking at him going, no. The guards arrive, driving the undead back with their pikes and their heavy armour, quickly dispatching those that were left. A few rounds later, Rick and Etical become unparalysed.
Before Wayrab writes, I like salty mayonnaise on Edrical's forehead.
Right, so you have a victory tick, gentlemen. Hurrah!
Huzzah!
Right, so you hold the line. It's like I said, it's between half an hour to an hour. You've been fighting and you've managed to hold the undead army at the back. The ghouls are up against the walls now. And behind them, the slower moving zombies have come up to the gate and are beating on the gates. But the guardsmen and the defenders for so far are holding it. Right. Alarm bells ring out across the town. A man stumbles through the mud, his eyes wide with terror. You recognise him as Jack Torver, the owner of Leilon's General Store. Barbarians at the North Gate! He gasps. The Stormlords, berserkers. I was on my way to warn you when I saw the dead wading out of the marsh. They're attacking the quayside right now.
Bloody great.
So I need to...
Yeah, we fucking go.
Riding out of the water come a bunch of zombies. It's getting towards dawn now. Right, looking north, Dave, you see a great host. What do you do, Dave?
I use my thermometry to make my voice 3 times loud.
Yeah.
Telos army at the north, coming towards the North Gate.
Right, it consists of several hundred cultists and an elite unit of Blackguard anti-paladins and some heavy dragonborn shock troopers stomping around in their heavy plate. And at the back, about 50 anchorites of Talos. You've met them before. They can fire lightning bolts and change into
So it sounds
beasts.
almost, that's when we want the cavalry to attack.
Would that not be a good time for a bomb?
And then looking out from
Yeah.
the docks, you see wading out from under the water another 2 units of zombies. Luckily, they're slow. So there you go. There's an army. There's a second army to the north, and 200 or so zombies coming out to the docks. What do you want to do now?
Well, the drow could probably handle the ones coming out the docks.
The units are now assembled. And if you have a way to send them orders, you can tell them where to move. Or if Dave wants to shout with his booming voice.
I can cast message if that's useful. It is a first it's a cantrip, so that's 120 feet. And I'm sure they've got less than 120 feet between them.
So it's all on you, gentlemen. As you dawdle and dither the undead
Do you think
inexorably.
the Zentarum and the Drow could hold the docks?
We should cover from the top. If anyone breaks the docks, the cavalry will charge them back down.
I'll come down.
Thought there was only the stairs. The cavalry's not a lot of use in the dock area.
But if they get ready to charge, anything getting up the stairs, they'll charge them down.
Can we deploy the bomb outside of the North Gate?
Consider it done.
Randy believes it's a good plan, then we should do this.
North Gate then. Zentarum and Drow hold the docks as much as possible.
Rich, I tell the gnomes, if you see a skeletal dragon, shoot it with the stair and run down the stairs.
Okay, and which way do you head, Dave?
North Gate.
You're heading to the North Gate, so Dave runs off to the North Gate. The march down the road towards the North Gate. What are the rest of you chaps doing? So far, like I said, the guardsmen and the levies are holding the undead army at the South Gate, but you do have some archers and some guardsmen sort of equipped, ready to be sent into the fight.
Archers are probably going to be more useful against living targets, I would have thought.
You just tell Rick he will send off messages to whoever is needed.
Archers to the north walls, guards to the north wall.
Yeah.
Well, what do you reckon? Do you reckon archers are going to be more effective against living targets, or just shoot the...
Yeah, they will be.
How much of the living targets are in plate?
The smaller units, the heavy infantry and the Dragonborn super heavies are in plate. Right, so the 87th foot run forward. The archers line the front wall as they come in. They come marching in formation. The archers cut loose with some arrows. Wow, okay, rolling an automatic one. So they fire ineffectually. The enemy troops shout shields as they raise shields above their head, and the arrows rain down upon them and do bugger all, basically. So you are driving the bomb to the North Gate, is this correct?
Yep, that is quite correct.
Okay, right. So this cart fizzing and popping and clicking, you park it just inside the gate, or?
Yep, just inside the gate.
We're going to take it outside the gate? Wasn't that the original plan when we saw them coming?
Yeah, but just hang on a minute. just get myself organised. Right. Is there anything in the rules about if you cast invisibility on yourself and then turn into an animal? Do you then turn into an invisible animal, effectively?
I believe so, yes.
Right. Here's the plan.
Because it's not an attack and it's not casting a spell, wild shape. So I assume you can be invisible, yeah?
Right. Well, here's the plan. Such as it is. Anybody tell me if you think this won't work?
Yep.
I am going to turn myself invisible and then turn into a horse, and having already lit the fuse on the bomb, and then gallop out towards the opposing army so it looks like there's an empty runaway cart with something silly on the back. And then at the opportune moment, I intend to part company from the cart while still invisible as a horse, and then ideally I'll gallop back round on the beach and then back into the city, and hopefully the bomb will roll into the middle of the enemy army and go off.
Try to go
more in jam, probably.
Would you be able to do that?
You might have to turn into a horse and then cast invisible if you
You
can.
can't cast it though.
You can't cast it. He's not high enough level to do that.
I'm actually randomly looking it up, and
I could cast fog cloud to hide where you are.
That would work. Right, so I take it you're leaving the Brigadier to the zombies, and you leave it, and you are all heading to the north gate.
Yes.
Right, so move your characters up there then while you do that. So yeah, fog cloud would work. Or I would allow Andy to do that, because I don't believe wild shape it counts as an attack or a spell.
it doesn't count as a spell.
Yeah, so you can cast invisibility on yourself, then wild shape, Andy.
Can I swig a healing potion as well, because I'm wounded?
You've got plenty of chances. You can drink as much healing potions and healing spells as you like. You can even take a rest if you want.
Right. So the idea being that all the enemy army says is what appears to be a runaway cart come bowling out the gates, and I'm going to set the fuse. Set the fuse off, turn invisible, turn into a horse, haul the cart out, or some other sort of animal. It doesn't matter. I could always push the cart.
Yes. No. I'm totally up for this plan.
Yeah.
And then at the last minute, when the cart's got up enough speed to go pelting in the middle of the army, break away from the cart and make me way back to town while still invisible, and hope the bomb does more than covering them in jam.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because we don't exactly know what the bomb's going to do, which is part of the fun.
It can't just be like a scone bomb, can it? There's one for cream and one.
It does a shitload of damage. The problem you've got is because it will definitely do a lot of damage in a limited range, I think, unless you roll something fucking crazy on the Wonder table.
You can't bless for that or anything.
So I am trying to find the bomb. But there you are, Norman Guard grenade.
Wait, Rob, are you not?
It explodes with a 60-foot radius, but it will cause absolute bloody havoc within that 60-foot radius. But like 100 men is like wider than 60 foot, so... But we get to roll on the Wonder table 3 times, and anything can bloody happen.
Is there any chance you could put on the troops to the north, Rich? Are they in the woods, or are they just coming down the road, or...?
I have put the troops to the north on. They should be visible.
Just because we're not in line of sight.
No, you should be able to see them.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry, I thought that was the west gate, not the north.
It's northwest.
Okay.
Right, so Andy, I'm up with that. Do you want a fog cloud or not, Bracey?
If it's going to help Andy, then certainly.
I'm not sure I'm going to need one. Is there any way you can move a fog cloud?
No, I don't think so.
With wind, you could. So if you've got somebody that can cast gust of wind, you could move the fog cloud in front of you. Or you could just spread the fog cloud in front of the troops, obscuring your approach.
That would be quite good. And then sort of out of the smoke comes this runaway cart. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
If the rest of you move up to near Andy and I go there, I can cast Blessed, then I can run back to power.
Seems like a plan. So everybody gets together, because like I said, it's not round by round. So you've got a few minutes to get yourselves together. I don't know where you've gone, Fabio. Where have you gone? There you are. Because you're so tiny. You guys are so wee on this map full of big giant things.
So little.
Right. So Dave, if you want to target them and give them some bless.
Is Etrical near? Or you can...
I'm standing right next to you, dear.
Right. Are they all targeted? Can't really tell.
You know, you can zoom right in, Dave. That's why I got a high res map.
So he goes, "Where's Abigail?" Abigail just stabs him with the thigh. Go right here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have everybody. Can you bless yourself or not, or is it just the 5 of them?
I can only bless 5 of them with using a.
Okay. He casts bless upon you.
Ooh.
Right. So.
Right, I need to brief the troops on the gates. Basically, lads, just take this for granted. You're going to see a cart moving under its own steam. Open the gate, let it out, shut the gate behind it. Got it?
Yes, boss.
Jolly good.
Are you fog clouding, Bracey?
Yeah, I can do.
Right. In that case,
if it's going to help Andy and he wants it, yes. Yeah.
not only will I allow you to obscure the action, but this is one of those things where we're going to do a quick resolution. So Andy's going to make a stealth roll, I guess, because he's trying to get close enough to detonate. And he can have an advantage because you're helping him with the fog cloud. So they not only that, but they can't see through the fog cloud as Andy gallops invisibly, crazily towards the enemy troops.
Put on timer up. Play it loud.
That is a 17. So that is a...
That is a shite for me, that is.
That is absolutely shite for you. It's a definite success. A success. Well, 17 is a success, but an 18 is a full success. So you gallop there successfully. You bring the bomb all the way to the front. There's a fog cloud that's in front of the troops, so that masks you coming towards them. So you were hoping to aim for the middle of them to get most of them, but because you didn't get it perfectly, you're only going to get the ones on the front line.
Right.
So
can I move myself to sort of roughly where I intend to be when the bomb goes off?
Well, move yourself to where you're moving to first. So are you just driving the bomb and trying to drop it there?
Yeah, basically. But when it gets to about, hang on, of course I've learned how to draw the map. When it gets to about here, and I've got enough speed up, the idea is to cut the bomb loose so it'll go straight down the road, and I'm going to go that way.
Yeah. No, I get it. Totally get it. Right, so you do that, and you succeed. You were aiming for the middle, because obviously the elite troops in the back, the cannon fodders at the front. Sadly, the gnomish bomb goes off a little early, so you catch the ones in the front rank, and let's roll some dice, I guess. So first of all, it's 8d6 fire damage.
Lovely. Should take them houses out. Right, there's the fire damage.
Boom, baby. Right, the houses go up. Yeah.
And there's the other lot of damage.
Right, 34 thunder damage. Wonder table. So, you ready?
Now the fun starts.
Yeah.
Right, can you say that or not? No.
Nope.
Right, the first one, Andy, is you shrink yourself as if you had cast enlarge, reducing yourself. So that effect applies to all of the troops. So all of the troops now shrink down in size until the tiny wee blokes with really high-pitched voices.
Awesome.
The ones that were within range, within the 60 feet range. So the front middle one are now a bunch of tiny wee people. The second result is they go invisible, so they start bumping into each other and falling over each other. And the third result is... Oh, we've already that one. That's boring. Oh, shit. A burst of colourful shimmering light extends in a 30-foot radius. Each creature in the area must succeed on a 15 or become blinded for 1 minute. So they're staggering about, tiny little people bumping into each other, blind. Let's make a Constitution saving throw for these bad boys.
Should we call the cavalry?
I'm going to call that a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. Right, they succeed. Oh, so they managed not to be blinded, but the tiny and invisible scintillating light goes out in all directions. It's going to cause 3 casualty points to the middle one, to the middle group, which will force a rout roll. Where are we? God damn it, man. Right, for some reason I am missing all of my red dudes. So, right, that's a morale failure. And so they start to rout. So those two rout. Yeah, the front rank and file have had enough and are bugger that and start a retreat up the road through the elite units.
Are they the very small dragonborn shock troops?
No, the Dragonborn shock troops, you didn't manage to hit the elite units at the back. You managed to hit the rank and file at the front because you only got partially successful, sadly.
I could have done with another 3 of them bombs.
You certainly could have, but it has caused a retreat. What's the plan now then? You run down. We'll put you where you are. You are running off towards this side of the beach invisibly?
Yes, I am. I'll do me movement if you don't mind for this turn.
Not at all.
I shall dash twice.
Right, yeah. As a horse as well, so you get 80 feet of movement. Don't forget to take your fog clad off. All right, Tracy, did you roll your healing potion? Andy gallops around the corner, zippity quick as a flash. There's a much consternation and a loud explosion. Scintillating colours light up the dawning, and there's a lot of shouting and confusion.
Is it worth sending the cavalry out?
What do you do as you were standing?
Yes, I do think we should.
Well, they're all like wandering about, being very small and invisible and not.
And invisible and bumping into each other and running away screaming, which is not a good look on defending infantry.
The cavalry. I would play songs about the cavalry.
Because we've got archers on that wall anyway, haven't we?
Yeah. You can see the anchorites at the back are carrying battering rams. You have got archers on the wall. The 2 elite groups on the sides are protecting them. You want the cavalry to ride out and charge?
Yep, and the archers to go for the guys with the battering rams.
Okay, they will do that. Right, so the cultists, 1 have taken 3 damage, and the other 2 have taken 1 damage each because of the radius. But they have all filled their morale, and then out come the cavalry. Yes, the cavalry charge forward. Which ones do you want them to target? We can delete the boom now. You want the cavalry to charge the anchorites. Is this correct?
Yes, this is correct. And throw anything in the worry.
Right, they do a charge attack against the anchorites. Hit, they do 2 damage. The charge, and they are engaged, so they can't withdraw unless they attempt to thingy. However, the anchorites get to fight back, as do the Dragonborn. Super heavy shock troops. Miss. God damn it. Wish there was an easier layout for this. And you've got those in retreat. Dragonborn. Blackguards, there you are. Right. They're unable to damage the cavalry, so excellent work there, cavalry guys. Anchorites of Talos. Are not diminished, not destroyed. Do a lightning strike attack. Miss. Holy shit, yeah. So the cavalry are undamaged and have inflicted damage on the anchorites. Now what do you wish to do? That was your little military unit. Andy has blown it up, caused a rout in the others.
Can we have those archers shoot at them? If that's, I don't know.
Yeah, certainly.
Cavalry can't withdraw, they'll end up getting cut off and annihilated. And if they're unreinforced, they'll get annihilated. So they either have to push through
Or
die, probably.
right, so they need to push through then.
As I said, unless they are actually backed up in any way.
Right, the anchorites have taken 50% casualties due to the archers and the cavalry, and so they are going to make a morale roll. Well, first they need to make a diminished roll, which they fail, so they take another damage, and then they need a rally. Right, so they are also routing, so they turn and attempt to flee.
Cavalry is probably best to follow them through and make sure they don't recover.
Right, so you want them to stay on them. No problem. After that, party holds the line. You get another victory and head to Rolling Thunder.
I wasted that blood.
Wait, you haven't. Right, so you get a victory. The cavalry are going to attempt to withdraw because if they pursue, they'll be in the centre of a bunch of enemies.
But all that should really need to be is just wheel round and...
Yeah, it is. But they've got to... They have to make a check to make sure they can do it in formation. A 1, so no. It's a bit of a bloodbath out there. Right, so there's another round of combat or so. You get a victory point and you move on to Rolling Thunder. Or are you planning on doing anything else? Are you going to wait till the cavalry get back in?
See what the state of the dock is?
We should retreat the cavalry before they get overwhelmed. and use them as shock troops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If necessary, I'll fog their retreat again.
They succeed the wheel round, break off combat. They get 1 further bunch of attacks against them as they come in. But these are elite cavalry, and they're just like, hey, fuck you guys. Another miss. Yeah, so the cavalry quite easily turn around and ride back into the gates after causing absolute havoc. And the enemy, although not destroyed, are diminished and have retreated. And you get another brief break as they reform. Sadly, while that happens, next you have Leilon besieged. You are onto 6, I think. Yeah, you've avoided that one. Right. So, the drow engage the zombies in the back, causing many casualties. But I don't think they can kill them all off at once. Wow, okay. They don't manage to inflict as many casualties as they'd like, so they only do 1 damage to each unit. So they're fighting for their lives out on the docks. What would you chaps like to do now?
Go to the docks.
Do you have anything in mind? Are you planning on reinforcing the docks, or
Planning on reinforcing the docks. If there's nothing else that comes up.
Yeah, makes sense.
okay? Well, there's hundreds of zombies there. Do you have any plan to deal wide-scale damage to them, or are you just planning on hacking you through them?
Pulling everybody out of the docks and cutting down, destroying the stairs, which was what was suggested earlier.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so
Anybody?
Yeah, fair enough.
so the Brigadiers begin to withdraw in good order. The zombies may have inflicted some slight damage upon them. Zombies are not great, to be honest. Yeah.
Withdraw and stay alive is the best way to operate. This is not a single fight. It is a battle.
Yeah.
A war.
So the Brigadiers successfully disengage without taking any damage and head back up the steps, and the zombies start to rush as fast as zombies can up the quayside. So you guys are running. You run to the top of the stairs. And who's going to which stairs and who's doing what kind of destroying? Who's running to which stairs? The stairs are tough wooden stairs. How are you planning on?
Because I'm quite short.
How are you planning on destroying these stairs as the zombies start to head towards the docks?
Aye.
Lamp oil and a fireball.
Not these things, but I have a hole already with the Brigadier with bows. So I will block the stairs and the Brigadier will pour fire into them.
They don't have bows, they're piratey types, so but they can definitely assist you destroying that, so you can make
the early thing was it was the Brigadier and the Zentarum that held the docks.
Yeah, the Zentarum to the south. They do have bows.
Into their flanks, boys! And I'll turn around the Brigadier. Is the wizard there?
Oh yeah, the wizard's there.
Blow the shit out of them, my friend.
Yeah, so he opens up with fireballs. The Zentarum send a bunch of arrows that way, trying to bring them down. Zentarum mercs, there you are. Like I said, there are so many units on my combat tracker, it's unbelievable.
Are you cutting out for anyone else? Is it just me?
He's not cutting out on mine.
I'm
Just you, I think.
Right, inflicting casualties as the zombies start to move towards them. The Brigadiers help chopping down the stairs, and the flaming remains of the steps begin to crumble. Can you give me an athletics check with advantage? You people that are chopping madly at the stairs, because there's plenty of Brigadiers so they can run to each set.
Athletics with advantage.
I may have made that a couple of times.
Yeah, 20, 25, crit 20s. Yeah, the zombies don't even get anywhere near. They get to the bottom of the steps, and the steps crumble and fall to the ground in flaming chunks. The zombies then turn to the Zentarum, and where are they going to go? Because they can't retreat now.
Fall back in order into the inn if they must, but across the wasteland
And
to use that. Yes.
defend the inn. Because there's an enemy army the other way.
Defend the inn. When they press forward, we will go into the rear. We'll basically either split their force or we'll get them in the back, one or the other.
Right, so you've successfully completed that, and you have 2 ticks. Right, you get a few minutes breather after hacking away at the stairs. The sun is now risen, so that the Brigadiers are at disadvantage because of the sunlight.
That's racist.
We have holding the stairs, retreat into the buildings, defend them away from the sunlight, my friends. Can I
Find,
land a drop foot of Space Marines?
Find some healers, some priests.
Yeah, the priests are at the shrine, which is there. And you run over, try to get some healing word action on the go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Makes sense.
For everybody, particularly those who got really badly injured before, or at least moderately injured.
Yeah, mass healing word. Wow, you only get oh no, they can use circle of healing because they've got 10 minutes, can't they? So you can get everybody can have a 48 heal. Wow, that's a lot of it. It's 20 points of healing you can have.
Do we need to do that or you do it?
No, I'm doing it. All right. 20 points of healing, 20 points of healing.
Yeah.
Rick's on 11.
No. Highest I'm on.
Clash is on 3. There you go. Right, short breather. You've beaten off the main zombies. Right, so now word reaches you that the Talonites have regrouped and breached the town square. And also, as you prepare to respond, you hear war drums beating from just outside of town. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning blasts nearby groups of soldiers, causing damage by the storm. This is obviously dark storm magic.
LCP.
So the 87th takes a point of damage, and the 12th Lancers takes a point of damage. They have only got 4 unit size, as the blasted horses snort and scatter everywhere in the storm. So it's up to you. You can head to the town square, or you can head out to deal with the war drums, or you can just take pot shots at the zombies if you want.
No, the zombies are going to be much easier to deal with than the actual people we thought.
I say the town square.
I agree. Retreat to the town square, have the cavalry ready for a second charge. Mind the barricades. When we get them hung up the barricades, the cavalry will charge them in the rear.
Right, so damaged as they are, the lightning has shot in troops, and they've pushed the forces back into the houses. They are heading to the House of Thalivar.
We should hold the house and have their ranks charged in the rear.
So you see a bunch of troops moving through the town, quite damaged. And where are you? You were on the front, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yep, top of the steps.
Right. So can you please give me a perception roll, everybody?
What's that then?
Probably not.
Oh, where?
I give you a roll.
What troops?
What combat?
There's a war. Nobody mentioned it to me.
All right. So, Shash, you're up in the tower again, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you can't see the troops because there's no windows facing, so yours, sadly, doesn't count. Everybody else is oblivious. Earl, you feel a slight breeze brush your cheek, maybe from overhead, but you don't see anything.
Oh, the bloody dragon.
Dragon. Heads up, boys and girls. Shit's coming down. I'll send a message to our friend and go, it could be time.
Invisible shit by the looks of things.
Yeah, so
The worst type of shit.
you guys have actually been to the temple because you have been getting healed. Okay, so they haven't just marched past you and like sort of waved as they went past, but you've lot have been to the temple and you've had a heal. Earl, as the troops march, you can see them up ahead. You've got the slightly hurt cavalry because they have lightning, and confidently the Talonites are singing and dancing away. And suddenly, in the air above the houses, 1 minute there's nothing there, and then an immense black dragon just appears.
I'll say again, it is time.
Yeah, he says, I am on the way. There you are, you little pea. I need to unhide him. Look at the size of that unit.
Come on, you big fecker. Let's have this.
As he was invisible, he gets a surprise round. He casts spike growth on the ground in front of all of the enemy Talonites. Now, it says in the spell description that you don't have to make it visible. They can't see it coming. Ebon Death makes spikes shoot out of the ground. You hear screams as they impale several troops. That's the one where, as they move, they take 2d4 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because Death is an absolute shit, he just spends a second targeting all of the troops and then casts Frightful... Well, he doesn't cast Frightful Presence. He has Frightful Presence. All of the troops then run for it. They run through the spike growth as fast as they can, the spines tearing into them. People fall screaming. Only the Dragonborn seem to stand terribly staggering out of this street. The survivors cut to ribbons. Death hangs in the air above them and then breathes his horrific breath weapon down. It's like a black purple gas that surrounds and they start to cough. Their bodies start to blacken and wither away, and you could swear that this dragon is actually smiling, and that was the wrong thing. You still got them targeted. Every single one of them fails as they're engulfed in horrific breath. Right. Is anyone left standing? I don't think they are. I had to roll the damage for those because I need to see who saved and who resisted. The bodies blacken and fall dead to the ground. And how much damage did he do? 96 necrotic. Oh. Right. Bodies fall to the ground and melt. There's a unit of Dragonborn left that look horrifically surprised. Standing alone. Her armour turning black she had an entire army. You recognise her from the ship, the Priestess of Talos. Just going to delete all of this dead unit.
You're not doing so well, love.
My friend, I fear it is now our turn.
Oh.
Yeah, so leaving the Dragonborn, Death, and Ferrali, who I seem to have lost. Where are you, Ferrali?
Nigel Ferrali.
Nigel Ferrali, yeah.
In the building to the west? Or just north of the T-junction?
Yeah. She has staggered out of the spike growth that Death has cast on the floor, torn to ribbons, and then almost dissolved with this horrific breath. But she still stands, and she gets to go first, I think. Yes, she does. So she's going to attempt to heal herself. Strange that, actually, no. What she's going to do is she's going to cast Hold Monster upon Death. No, that's the effect. That's not this... Yeah. Death shrugs off her puny Hold Monster spell and she starts to run away, panting, blood dripping off her, and she looks incredibly scared. You've never seen anybody quite look so scared. 5, 6.
Does she look more scared than when we asked Sengo to do maths?
She does not look confused and eat one of her fingers.
No, she cast Hold Monster. Death laughed. Kalash, you're up first, sir.
I will start stalking towards Death. He has to die.
Right, you run towards Death bravely.
You want to put words in me mouth?
Kalash? Oh, there you
I've tried to move myself, but I don't have a skill.
You do.
I will
There you
keep
go.
running towards him. I'm going to target him, and I'm going to go, "Hey, you big black fecker, come here. I want a word with you."
Wow, shit. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Shash, you can't say anything because it's out the other side.
I shall head downstairs. I suppose
You just hear a great roar and a bunch of screaming, a lot of screaming, and then what sounds like a really loud dragon laughing as dead bodies are torn apart by druid spikes.
I head down to the window that faces that direction.
Okay, so you look out and you see a great big dragon.
I'll target and shoot him.
Balti, go for it. That will actually hit, so you can roll your damage.
Shoot him again.
Right, okay, you hit. That was my mistake. You miss. As you can see, he's 30 feet in the air, just on his little token there. Is that your turn, Dave?
Yeah.
Etigal.
Here we go. Lots of dashing. Hang on a minute. I shift this. Right. In between these two houses. One up to there. Right, hang on.
Right, you run through the streets.
I'm nearly done.
Okay.
And straight into their house.
And you rush into a house.
Yep, the idea being I'm going in the front door, straight through, out the back door, into this house he's in front of, up into the attic, and I'm going to pop out through the thatch and surprise him.
No problem. Kill the zombie horde. Right. Rick.
And I'm casting Earthbind on it.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I haven't got a big enough screen to have all the boxes up.
That's
Did
quite.
that actually cast or not?
It did not.
Right, okay. See if I can press it again. Right, you can see a dice somewhere.
He succeeds in his saving throw.
So it doesn't work. Yeah. Yep. So that just does not work. Shout out. It didn't
Wait,
work.
Rab.
And then I move perhaps back a little bit, I think.
That's fine.
I'm trying to see if I've got a line of sight of the dragon.
I think we're going to die.
Right, well, you were back here because everybody got a hail, so you're over here and you've got line of sight because it's 30 feet in the air.
All right. I will try and do a absolutely mental thing and polymorph the dragon.
Right.
Can I do?
You know how to do that now? Are you going to polymorph him into a tortoise? Are you by any chance?
Fuck yeah.
I hope he can breathe in water.
Turn into a tortoise, hit the ground, get a point of
Right,
damage.
it doesn't work. He saves. Rab, you finished.
Yes, I don't think I can cast anything else, so I will end there.
Dragonborn unit, seeing this, retreats through the street and gets caught up with the 87th foot and gets into a bit of a tangle with those, so I'll work them out later. Goth?
Michael?
Roof,
Yeah, is that your turn?
yeah, that's my turn.
Evan Death does not have his breath weapon up. That is quite sad. Right, so he has 120 feet range. Yeah, so he's going to use Frightful Presence on you chaps.
I'm going to cast it on him.
2 fails, frightened. Needless to say, you didn't need a saving throw to be figuring out you were frightened. That is an action, so he will fly over here.
How's he got? Oh, he's there.
That is his turn. And that's the end of the round, and then we will end it there.